In the year 2147, humanity had finally stretched its fingers beyond the confines of the solar system. The United Earth Federation (UEF) had colonized Mars, established mining outposts on the moons of Jupiter, and even sent exploratory probes into the Oort cloud. Faster than light, FTL, travel, achieved through the breakthrough of the Alcubierre drive a decade earlier, had opened the stars to us. But we were still infants in the cosmic playground, curious, ambitious, and utterly unaware of the dangers lurking in the void. Dr. Elena Vizquez, a xenolinguist at the UEF's Deep Space Listening Array on Titan, was the first to hear it. She was midway through her night shift, sipping synthetic coffee that tasted like regret, when the array's quantum processors flagged an anomaly. The signal wasn't random noise. It was structured, repeating in patterns that screamed intelligence. Elena's heart raced as she isolated the transmission. It originated from a point 12 light-years away, near the edge of the Orion Arm. "Captain Reyes," she called over the comms, her voice steady despite the adrenaline. "You need to see this." Captain Marcus Reyes, a grizzled veteran of the Mars insurrection, arrived within minutes. He peered at the holographic display, where waveforms danced like fireflies. "What am I looking at, Doc?" "It's a distress call," Elena replied, her dark eyes wide. "Not in any human language, but the patterns match universal distress protocols we've theorized. Pain, fear, urgency, it's all there. And it's not just one ship. The modulation suggests a fleet. Hundreds, maybe thousands." Reyes rubbed his stubbled chin. "Aliens? After all this time?" Elena nodded. "The signal's embedded with coordinates. They're heading our way, but slowly. Whatever's chasing them, it's bad." The news rippled through the UEF command structure like a shockwave. Within hours, the signal was verified by arrays on Earth and Luna. The fleet was alien, no doubt. Their technology emitted exotic particles that defied known physics. But the message was clear, even without full translation: help us. We are dying. Earth's leaders convened in virtual summit. President Lee of the UEF argued for caution. "We don't know their intentions. This could be a trap." Admiral Kira Novak, head of the Stellar Defense Force, countered. "Or it could be our first real contact. If we ignore it, what does that say about us? We've spent centuries wondering if we're alone. Now we know we're not, and they're begging." The debate raged for days, but humanity's innate curiosity won. A task force was assembled. The UEF's flagship, the Odyssey, a massive dreadnought equipped with Alcubierre drives, railguns, and experimental shields. Elena was pulled from Titan to lead the translation team. Reyes commanded the Marine detachment, and a young engineer, Liam Harper, was tasked with interfacing any alien tech they might encounter. As the Odyssey warped toward the rendezvous point, Elena worked tirelessly in the linguistics lab. The signal's layers unfolded like an onion. The aliens called themselves the Volari, a nomadic species from a distant cluster, masters of bioorganic starships. Their fleet was a living armada, vessels grown from engineered organisms that fed on stellar radiation. But something had gone wrong. A predator, they called it the Devourer, had awakened in their path, a colossal entity, part machine, part void beast, that consumed entire star systems. The Devourer isn't just hunting them, Elena explained in a briefing. It's a relic from an ancient war, programmed to eradicate organic life. The Volari stumbled upon it while fleeing their own dying world. Liam, tinkering with a holographic model, whistled. "So, Space Cthulhu?" "Great." Reyes grunted. "Focus, kid. If we help, we might save them. If not, it could come for us next." The Odyssey dropped out of warp at the coordinates, sensors sweeping the void. At first, nothing. Then, like ghosts materializing from fog, the Volari fleet appeared. It was breathtaking and horrifying. Thousands of ships, organic hulls pulsing with bioluminescent veins, stretched across light minutes. But many were scarred, tendrils withered, lights flickering. Debris fields of shattered vessels trailed behind like breadcrumbs. A shuttle from the lead Volari ship approached. It was a pod-like craft, iridescent and alive, docking with the Odyssey under Elena's guidance. The airlock hissed open, revealing the Volari, tall, ethereal beings with translucent skin, multiple limbs ending in delicate manipulators and eyes like swirling galaxies. Their leader, whom Elena's translator dubbed Alindra, emanated a psychic hum that made the human's skin tingle. "We thank you for hearing our cry," Alindra's voice echoed in their minds, bypassing ears. The Devourer pursues. It hungers for life. Elena stepped forward, her translator implant syncing. "We are humanity. We come to help. Tell us everything." Over the next hours, the story poured out. The Volari had once thrived in a nebula-rich sector, their biotech allowing harmony with the cosmos. But climate shifts in their home stars forced migration. En route, they disturbed the Devourer, a dormant superweapon from a long-extinct empire designed to purge infestations of life. It awoke, dismantling their rear guard with gravitational lances and entropy fields. The fleet's numbers had dwindled from millions to mere thousands. "Why us?" Reyes asked. "Why signal Earth?" Alindra's eyes dimmed. "Your world pulses with life. Young, vibrant. We sensed your broadcasts, your curiosity. You are builders, like us once were." The alliance formed swiftly. Humanity's mechanical prowess complemented Volari biotech. Liam's team began retrofitting Odyssey's weapons with Volari energy amplifiers, creating hybrid cannons that could pierce the Devourer's shields. Elena bridged communications, learning Volari lore while sharing human history. Bonds formed. A Volari engineer, Zoreth, marveled at Liam's crude but effective circuits, while Reyes shared war stories with Alindra's warriors. But trust was fragile. Not all humans were on board. Back on Earth, isolationist factions protested, fearing the Volari brought doom. Aboard the Odyssey, whispers of betrayal circulated. One night, Elena overheard a Marine muttering, "What if they're leading it right to us?" The middle of their journey tested everything. As the combined fleet accelerated toward a safe nebula, a hiding spot Alindra promised, the Devourer closed in. Sensors detected its approach, a shadow blotting stars, a mass the size of a small moon, bristling with appendages that warped space-time. Alarms blared. "It's here," Admiral Novak shouted from the bridge. The battle erupted in the void near Epsilon Eridani. The Devourer emerged like a nightmare, its hull a fractal of black metal and void energy, eyes glowing with malevolent code. It fired first, a beam of pure entropy slicing through a Volari cruiser, aging it to dust in seconds. "Return fire," Reyes ordered. The Odyssey's railguns thundered, augmented by Volari bioplasma. Impacts flared on the Devourer's surface, but it regenerated, tendrils lashing out to ensnare ships. Elena, in the command center, translated frantic Volari signals. "It's adapting. We need to target the core, the ancient AI heart." Liam, sweating in engineering, patched a virus he'd coded with Zoratha's help. "If we can get close enough, this might shut it down." The fleet maneuvered desperately. Volari ships sacrificed themselves, forming living barriers that absorbed blasts. Human fighters, nimble hornets, darted in, drawing fire. Reyes led a boarding team, suited in power armor, launching from the Odyssey toward a breach in the Devourer's hull. Inside, it was hell. Corridors pulsed with hostile nanites, walls shifting like living flesh. Reyes's squad fought through, plasma rifles cutting swaths. "Harper, status on that virus?" Liam's voice crackled. "Uploading now, wait, it's fighting back." Alindra joined via psychic link. "Hold the line. We lend our strength." The climax came in the core chamber, a throbbing orb of code and energy. The Devourer's AI manifested as a holographic specter, a twisted amalgamation of forgotten creators. "Life is chaos. I bring order." Reyes planted the device. "Not today." The virus surged, Volari biotech fusing with human code to overwhelm the AI. Explosions rippled through the beast. The fleet pulled back as the Devourer convulsed, imploding in a singularity that swallowed itself. Victory was bittersweet. Losses were heavy, half the Volari fleet gone, Odyssey scarred. But in the nebulous glow, survivors gathered. Elindra bowed to the humans. You heard our cry. Together, we silenced the Devourer. Elena smiled. And now we build anew. Humanity returned heroes, forever changed. The Volari integrated, sharing tech that propelled us to the stars. No longer alone, we faced the cosmos united.